Hey guys, this is my first video for me on YouTube, but this is my coming out story. Okay, so when I was little, well, in my kindergarten class, I was always placed behind this one boy that apparently I thought was cute because he's the only boy I remember in my whole class. But I remember every day he used to sit in front of me, like around story time, I guess. I don't know what the fuck it was, but. And for some reason, I liked his butt. I don't know how I realized that you're supposed to like butts when I was that little, but I did, and that's all I remember of him. I don't remember his name, I don't remember who he is. I just always liked his butt. I never grew up in a house where I was taught being gay or being bisexual is wrong, but I was never talked about it. I never had the conversation of liking girls or guys. So the only time I heard about it was in school. And the two things you didn't want to be called were a faggot or fat. But when I was little, I never really paid attention to who I liked or who I wanted to date. I just really didn't date anybody. But in middle school, gym started. Undressing and changing for gym made me think about who I liked and who I wanted to like or date. And that got me thinking. So when I moved into high school, it got worse. The guys were buffer, cuter, older, just more appealing and more attractive. So I guess I've been bi for a couple of years now. I just didn't tell anybody till my 8th grade year, which was 2 years ago. So I told my best friend, which is also my neighbor, first. I didn't even really have to tell her. I said, look, I have to tell you something. And she said, you're gay. I was like, no, I'm bi, but how did you know? And she tells me that she's always known. She's always had a feeling that I liked guys, but I don't blame her. I mean, I do act that way all the time. But, like, oh, and when I was little, I remember getting really sick, and I didn't like needles. So the doctor asked me I could either get like 10 shots, like all around my body, or I can get a pill up my ass. I went with the pill, not knowing how it would felt. So I guess when people ask me how I can be gay and how it doesn't hurt, I guess when that happened to me, it just didn't bother me. So I guess I was just used to it. Like, it didn't bother me. So I guess that's another reason why I kind of figured out I was gay or bi. But, like, guys have always been appealing to me. Like, I would always have friends that were girls ever since I was growing up, because I'd always be too nervous or too shy to talk to guys or make friends with guys because I either thought that they were cute or I had a crush on them. So my whole childhood, I grew up with girls, talking about girls, like them asking like my opinion on like makeup and dresses. So I guess that contributed also. I never really cared about who I liked, who I wanted to date. I just went who I thought was appealing to me. I confronted my dad and my sister about this last year to tell them about me, and they accepted it. So I have an amazing family. They always accept no matter what I do. They love me. And if somebody doesn't accept you for who you are or who you want to like, that's their fault and that's their problem. You should go for it, or tell everybody, tell the world, it's your decision, it's your life, not theirs. They can go fuck themselves. So, yeah. Thanks. Bye.